I'm Kev.
And I'm Steve.
And we're from the internet.
Want to help us spread the We're From the Internet word? Leaving us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes and Stitcher would give us a nice little boost in the search results and help new listeners find us.
What is the best beverage to go with pizza?
Oh, now there's a question.
9 Pepsis.
Yeah, we should explain why you've given that as an answer. Because you drank that many Pepsis in a Pizza Hut whilst also eating an extraordinary amount of pizza. Was that on the same day or was that instead of?
Somebody, you're thinking of 2 different examples of me doing the same thing there, Kevin. Somebody at our university told us the university record for most slices of pizza consumed in one sitting was, I think it was 16 or 17.
Something like that, yeah. Which that's a low record. That's only like 2 pizzas. I could have that for lunch and still go out for dinner.
I almost did have that for lunch the other day when I had 11 slices of pizza for lunch on, I can't remember when it was, last Tuesday.
Nice.
But in this particular instance, I had, 24, 25
Something
slices?
Like that, yeah. You
and
did
9
it properly.
Cokes.
See, I couldn't drink 9 Cokes.
Mm.
Because it's just all fizzy and sugary. I can't finish a pint of ordinary
Pepsi,
Coke.
so it's not as fizzy as.
But it's still sugary. I could drink Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi like it was water, but normal Coke, I wouldn't be able to get through an entire pint of it because it's just too sugary. It fills you up. It's full of calories. Calories, man.
I have no meanings. No limits is what I was going to say.
Yeah. So how many calories do you reckon 24 slices of pizza and 9 pints of Coke
a lot, definitely.
Because one slice of pizza from Pizza Hut, you're looking at like 200-300 calories, aren't you?
I reckon I must have done about 6,000 or 7,000 calories.
Was that the time you drove home, pumping your chest, telling me you were having a heart attack?
It felt like I was having a heart attack.
And then you walked into the house, took a handful of Adios tablets, and went to bed.
Pretty much, sounds about right.
Brilliant. Did it work? Did you lose weight that day because of the Adios tablets?
Probably.
This episode is brought to you by Adios.
That killed my thyroid, I imagine, and made me ill.
So there was another time we went to Pizza Hut and you were on a diet. So you didn't eat any pizza. You just drank dozens of Pepsis.
They're probably Diet Pepsis.
I'm not sure
I can't remember
if they
were.
I'm pretty sure your justification at the time was because I'm not having pizza, it's okay. And you'd been going to the gym and stuff. And we went to the all-you-can-eat buffet lunch, and everyone else ate pizza, and you just had Pepsi after Pepsi.
It's a refillable Pepsi, wasn't it? So I just refilled it to my heart's content.
Yeah, which I'm not sure if that's in the spirit of what they intend there. They don't expect someone to come in, not eat any food, and just drink a dozen glasses of Pepsi.
I'm a nightmare with refill stuff. So I was at a cinema in Kent on my mate's birthday, and they told us it was free refills on drinks. So we thought we'd have Coke, and they said, "Oh no, we don't do refills on the Coke." We're a group of 17 and 18-year-olds. We don't want to drink. We either want alcohol or we want Coke. We don't want anything else. And they're like, well, it's tea or coffee. So my mates just decided to get 1 tea each and just sit down. I kept going back and forth throughout the 3 hours of Lord of the Rings. I think it was Twin Towers. With just tray after tray of tea. Missed all of the Gollum bit where he's talking to himself because I was out getting a massive tray of about 9 teas, come clunking into the cinema and sat down.
And you were drinking them all?
Yeah. Just sat there with a tray of tea on my lap, just clunging at them all.
Why?
Because the film wasn't very good, for one thing, and I've just got a compulsional disorder.
Surely 9 cups of tea, that's just going to burst your eyeballs.
It's probably about sort of 20 cups of tea, but I was going to the toilet as well.
Yeah, but all that caffeine, that's going to kill you.
It didn't.
I'm not sure. Probably makes your hair fall out.
Probably. But there must be some sort of caffeine baldness link.
So, are we going to assume that a Coca-Cola style beverage is the appropriate thing to have with pizza? Because obviously you have unlimited pizza and unlimited carbonated beverages at Pizza Hut. So they're basically telling you to have the two of them together. Does it depend on the type of pizza, though? Because if you go to Pizza Express and have a proper grown-up pizza, and it's not just grease and cheese, then you'll have it with a beer, probably, or a glass of wine.
Yeah, beer or wine. I'd say red wine.
A Four Seasons pizza, glass of red wine. Go down nicely. I was in Pizza Express once, and there was just a man slumped in the corner, wine glass in hand, and empty bottle in front of him where he'd just gone in there. There was a pub next door. I don't know why he just went there and had a bottle of wine. He's obviously a more upper class.
The pub
drunk.
kicked him out, probably.
But yeah, would you ever have a hot drink with pizza?
I just don't see me doing it. I just don't see the point. What do you gain from that?
I suppose it saves time, because whenever I have a big meal, I always have to have a coffee afterwards, or I'll pass out. I can't. This is something that's only happened over the last 2 or 3 years, probably since I turned 30. So this is all to come for you. But at the moment I turned 30, I now can't eat more than a bowl of cereal without having a coffee afterwards. Otherwise, I will fall asleep. And it doesn't matter where I am
to me already,
or what I'm doing. I have to have a coffee after my meal. It's the law.
I went out for lunch with my family earlier. Had a burger, Chicago burger. It's very good.
What, pray, is a Chicago burger?
I don't know. It's cheese, bacon, and a burger. It was just in the burger place in the village. And when I got home, I fell asleep on the sofa for a bit.
You should have had a coffee.
Yeah,
could have had a coffee with it. Thus saving time, which I suppose.
I had 2 beers, and the woman had to warn me. It took me ages to figure out why she warned me. She was like, "This second beer," she was like, "6.5%," and I was thinking, if I care, you wouldn't tell me what percent it was if it was wine. And I'm sat there trying to figure out why she's told me that. And then about 2 hours later, it popped into my head, maybe she thought I was driving, and so was warning me that.
Well, perhaps she was telling you, "Sir, it's lunchtime. Stop drinking special brew. Your children are here."
No, it's just an IPA. It was just an American beer, but yeah, she warned me anyway.
That's another thing I can't do now. I'm in my 30s. I can't drink during the day. It's weird. Last week, when we were doing our other podcast, went through a box of beer together. No problem at all. Didn't feel tired. If we'd have tried to do that at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, halfway through the first beer, I would have needed a nap. I don't know what it is. If I try and drink alcohol in daylight, I just want to sleep now. So I now have to, if I go out and need to drink during the day, if the shakes hit while I'm out during the day, I have to have a beer, then a coffee, then a beer, then a coffee, and rotate them. What I need is alcoholic coffee, basically.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Well, it exists. You can have like a Bailey's Irish coffee.
I know, but that's a bit different. Bailey's is a bit sickly, but just a coffee.
With whiskey in.
I suppose, with whiskey in, that exists.
Or a tequila coffee, I imagine that exists. Oh, I had iced tea for the first time in my life the other day. Never had it before.
Iced tea. I like iced tea.
It was really nice. I was at a barbecue place, and it had on the menu the recommended beverage that you should have with each of the different things on the menu. And the starter, it recommended a Brooklyn Lager, which they didn't have. So I went straight to the recommended one for my main course, a pulled pork, which was their own brand of iced tea. And it was really nice. It was all creamy on the top, and it was really refreshing, really lemony and sweet and delicious.
That goes with pulled pork. I didn't.
Well, it's because it cuts through the greasiness and the smokiness of it. The refreshingness of the tea and the iciness and the acidity of the lemon cuts through all the fatty meat. They sprinkled little bits of crackling in the pulled pork as well. That was one of the finest moments of my life. Taking a mouthful of pulled pork and getting some crunch in there as well. I almost passed out with happiness at the table. But then I had a second iced tea because it was delicious. And that might be the perfect beverage to have with pizza because it's got the caffeine in. It's cool. It's refreshing. It cuts through grease like nobody's business. I could have sat there drinking a bottle of oil with that as well, and there would have been no problem at all.
Can't I just drink that and lose weight then?
I think you probably can if it was iced green tea, because green tea is good for weight loss, isn't it?
Interesting.
So iced green tea with pizza, and then you can eat as much pizza as you want and not get fat. I think that
might be my trick to breaking the world record.
I don't know that you need to be worried about the fatness. It's more to do with the stomach capacity for breaking the world record.
Yeah, but I don't really have to worry about that. I don't think that's a problem. I think it's the...
What, you think you could eat indefinitely without a problem?
I haven't found a limit yet.
The only limit you ever find is when places run out of food.
Exactly.
Want to get every episode of We're From The Internet at least a day earlier than the iTunes and Stitcher folk? Head over to we'refromtheinternet.com/pledge to support us on Patreon, and as well as early access, we'll throw in an exclusive weekly show just for our patrons too.